This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The meaning of Memorial Day. We speak with a local veteran who helped guard Saddam Hussein when he was captured by U.S. troops. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. I apologize for not wearing red, white, and blue. Bad planning on my part, but I do want to send a thank you to all our servicemen and women. I'm Ken Kara, and welcome to our Memorial Day special. Before we get started, remember you can watch us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513, and we do have a new Samsung Productions app so you can take all of your favorite local shows with you wherever you go. Well, today is Memorial Day. It's an American holiday that is observed on the last Monday of May. Today we honor the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. Memorial Day was originally known as Decoration Day, then became an official federal holiday in 1971. Many Americans will visit cemeteries and participate in parades. Our Lisa Sugart sat down with a man who served our country and is encouraging everyone to take time and give thanks to those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Here is his Memorial Day message.
I'm very pleased to welcome to our studios today Dane Watrow. He is the former mayor of McAdoo, but as many people will know, he also served in the United States Army as a specialist. And many people read about this years ago when it happened, and it's been talked about ever since, that you were one of the people who actually guarded Saddam Hussein, which is amazing to think that someone from our area did this. And you said it was just as amazing to you that you were doing it. So I guess let's start at the beginning. Take us back to how this came about and how you actually ended up with that job.
Lisa, first of all, thank you very much for having me here today. And just to talk about it, I re-enlisted. I was out serving active duty back right after high school. And when the war started, the Iraq War started, I felt compelled to re-enlist, and I did. And I was selected for this mission by the FBI. I did an interview, and when they told me that I was going to be doing this, I didn't believe it until the commander said, "Hey, go open that cell door," and I did, and there was the man, the ace of spades, Saddam Hussein. There the mission was Saddam Hussein. So it was quite interesting.
What was he like? Did you get to talk to him?
Many conversations took place throughout that entire year. He was a man of power, but George Pirro, that was the FBI agent in charge, and he was a great leader for us younger soldiers back in the day, and gave us a lot of guidance, told us, basically how to go ahead and lead that mission. And the conversations we had were quite interesting. He told us his views, his political views on his presidential political views on President Bush's, both of them, President Reagan, and so on and so forth. But like I said, Saddam Hussein was a man that you had to watch. He was, it was like playing chess. You could never let down your guard because he was always wanting to move his pawn.
Now, as a man who went through what you did go through, and we fast forward to today as to what's going on, we see FBI investigations, we see terrorism all over the world. What goes through your mind, because you were there guarding that man, and now you see what's going on? Does it worry you? What does it make you think back to then?
Yes, Lisa. It's a little frustrating because so much goes on in this world, and people around us, and we can't expect them to know what goes on in this country, or I'm sorry, in this world. But it is frustrating because in this world there's so much that goes on, and we walk around sometimes with blinders on, and it is frustrating because in the bigger picture, there's a lot that goes on, and this world isn't a safe place, and
we need to pay attention and realize what is happening. On this Memorial Day, I know we're remembering those who paid the ultimate price. We wanted to bring in you to talk about this because you had seen so much in your service to the United States, And you know how important it is now that we all stop today and pause and reflect on those who did pay the ultimate price.
Yes, Lisa, I'll tell my own children at home, what is Memorial Day about? What is it? It's not about the veterans. You know, we remember our veterans, but it's about those special veterans that paid that ultimate sacrifice. We have local veterans that did that. We have Karpovich, he paid that ultimate sacrifice. We have others, I could go on, the list goes on, so many of them. They pay that ultimate sacrifice, and I thank each and every one of them.
That is so true. Do you think that most people do realize the significance of the day, or does it upset you if you hear people saying, oh, I have a day off from work, I'm going to have a picnic?
As a veteran, it is upsetting. As I'm sure as any veteran, it would be a little bit upsetting when we think about the picnics and, you know, that's, oh, it's a day off work. Yeah, but let's just reflect, and it's about those vets that that paid that, as you said, that ultimate sacrifice. And let's just pause for a moment. Teach our younger children what today is all about. It's about that ultimate sacrifice.
How has your service to our country and what you went through changed your life and made you the person you are today?
I don't take for granted the things that I have. I appreciate everything I have. I love my life. I love my country. And I just, like I said, I thank God for everything that I have and appreciate everything I have, and just absolutely love this country.
Well, first of all, I would like to take this opportunity. I know it's Memorial Day, but thank you for your service. Each and every day we should be thanking people for their service. We thank the families of those who lost loved ones because they did pay the ultimate price. And we hope that everyone today will stop for a moment or go to a service or do something to realize what the true significance of this day is, because we all need to really respect what Memorial Day is really all about.
Thank you, Lisa, for that story, and thank you, Dane, for your service. Well, coming up on our Memorial Day special, our John Eric Poli chats with College Football Hall of Famer Major Harris about issues in youth sports. And after this break, the Executive Director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress tells us about some major progress for that area of the city. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Downtown Hazleton is in the midst of a revitalization effort. Tonight, Lisa Sugart has an update on what is being done in the downtown.
Today I'm pleased to be joined again by Krista Schneider. She is the Executive Director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress. A lot of things are happening. We recently told you about a Keystone Communities grant, program grant that benefits, I guess, revitalizations of downtown. So I guess let's start there, Krista.
Yeah, we're very pleased, very happy to receive the grant. It is a grant designed to help us implement our revitalization plan. And we've been working hard on raising money, private money, for a renovation project here in town that'll result in a business incubator. And so this grant will help fund that project.
When people hear business incubator, what exactly will that do? Yeah.
It's basically a place where business entrepreneurs, small business, startup, people that have never owned a business but want to start, or they're just getting started and they say they have a home office, they want to come in and learn more about how to launch that, the business to the next stage. Is basically they come in, they could rent space there, they could co-work with other people. But the big thing is the programs that are offered in the incubator, where they're getting help with business development, education. They're getting plugged into the network for say they need financing, or they need just marketing assistance, financial assistance, like accounting and so forth. So they're plugged in then to the network of business startup assistance that's going to be offered as a program in that facility.
Well, that's a very valuable tool, and it's in the former bingo building.
Yeah.
We know it from years gone by in downtown Hazleton. And also work progressing on the Art League in the former Security Savings Bank.
Bids were due last week, and they should be opened up this week. So hopefully, you know, second time's a charm, and we'll get the project moving.
And we also saw the completion of our first mural and another one in the works.
Yes, the mural was dedicated about 2 weeks ago. Really happy to have that done. Received a lot of positive feedback. And Mary Veronica Sweeney, who is the mural artist, is now, we're working towards raising money and getting a second mural started in partnership with the Hazleton Integration Project. So it's pretty, and Luzerne County Community College, which is offering a credit class that Mary Veronica will be teaching to help learn about the techniques and theory behind mural art.
And you said it's a free class.
Well, the tuition is being underwritten by Luzerne County Community College, and it's for credit. So, you know, if there's art students, communication art students that are interested in the, you know, in mural arts, then that's an opportunity for them.
Absolutely. And one final thing to touch on, the farmers market, you're looking for vendors.
Yep, the Farmers Market, 2017 Farmers Market, I can't believe it already, will launch this July, middle of July. So if there's any farmers or vendors, food, you know, anything that you know, people want to sell at the Farmers Market, they should contact the Chamber.
All righty. Well, you got the latest on what's happening in downtown. If you have any questions, concerns, or want to know more about anything that Krista spoke about, you can call the Chamber, 570-455-1509 or hazeltonchamber.org. We'll see you again soon for another update.
And this Friday is First Friday in downtown Hazleton, and we will have more later this week on SSPTV News about that event. You can go to downtownhazelton.org for a complete list of events. And this special Memorial Day program is being presented in part by Valley High in West Hazleton. This area landmark offers great ice cream and food. They have yogurt as well, and fat-free yogurt and no sugar added included in that product. Plus, try their delicious menu featuring fries, burgers, and more. Like them on Facebook and make sure you drop by to see them on Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but before we come back with sports, it's time for our weekly update from the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce.
It's time once again for another red carpet breakfast, another legislative update. Here to tell us all about it is Leanne Falabelle. She is the Vice President of Marketing for the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. And this time, Pennsylvania Senator John Gordner will be the featured guest. Is that right, Leanne?
That is correct, yes. And as you said, it's taking place on Thursday, June 8th. We're going to be at the Valley Country Club. John Gordner is going to be presenting a legislative update. He will, you know, just give an overview of what's been going on in his district throughout the last year. This is part of our legislative series. Every month we have a different legislator come in and provide an update for our chamber members. They really try and focus on different topics, you know, related to business, but also in the community as well. So an excellent opportunity for members to come, meet the senator. We always have the question and answer session at the end, like I said, and even if they want to meet with him one-on-one afterwards, you know, he's available for that as well.
And there are not too many opportunities like this where you can actually get to talk with your lawmaker like this one-on-one. So this is a great opportunity, and you're also, you know, sitting down for a nice breakfast, but you're learning a lot. And then if you have a specific, you know, topic that you want to ask about, perfect opportunity.
Exactly, and like you said, it doesn't happen too frequently. We do our legislative series every year. So, you know, Senator Gordner will be here once a year. We have, you know, State Representative Toohill, our congressman. They all come, thankfully, you know, take a morning out of their busy schedules and meet with our chamber members. So we do encourage our members and non-members, anybody that's interested in the Greater Hazleton area in business, to take advantage of this opportunity.
That's a good point. So if you've never been to one of these before and you say, I'm not a chamber member, you don't have to be, because the cost is $20 for members, but $25 if you're not a member.
Correct, yes. Anybody throughout the community is invited. And, you know, it's just one of the many services that we provide to our chamber members. So maybe, you know, a non-member comes, we always have our calendar of events at all of our events, and they can, you know, take advantage of some other events and stuff that we have going on.
And maybe they'll decide at that breakfast that they want to be a member.
Why not?
You never know. So there's a way to get acquainted with the chamber as well if you're interested in coming out. Again, the red carpet breakfast featuring Senator John Gordner is taking place Thursday, June 8th, starting at 7:45 a.m. until 9 a.m. at the Valley Country Club. $20 for chamber members, $25 if you're not a member. You can register at hazeltonchamber.org online, or you can give them a call at 570-455-1509. Hopefully you will take advantage of this unique opportunity.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Former NFL player Lamont White is hosting football camps in our area this summer at the Greater Hazleton YWCA. His friend and College Football Hall of Famer Major Harris joined him for the first camp recently. Our John Eric Polai talked with the West Virginia University star about the current state of youth athletics.
Well, it's that time of the year. Camps all summer long, and joining me today is College Football Hall of Famer Major Harris. And today we're going to be talking about youth sports and some of the problems and issues that are going on. And Major, I guess the first thing, you know, you're a football guy. You grew up playing mini football. A lot of parents today don't want their kids playing because of concussions. Do you think that parents are right by, you know, trying to hold back because of those concussion issues?
You know, I think with the information out now, I think more parents is going to be cautious about letting their kids play. You know, I think back when, you know, I was young, you know, we really never thought about it. I had fun playing. I might have had a concussion, but, you know what I mean, being that it's something that you can get enjoyment from doing, I really overlooked it.
Okay, and then we were talking before, you know, when we were growing, or when you were growing up, and even when I was growing up, I mean, we did everything. There was football, basketball, baseball, soccer, you name it, it was there. You know, I see anymore a lot of kids 8, 9 years old specializing in one sport, playing baseball all year round, basketball all year round. Do you think that kids should get the chance to play every sport and not just one?
Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? I think it might be hypocritical for me to say, no, don't do it when I did it. You know what I mean? I think one thing that getting lost in all this, especially in the NFL, you know, guys making a lot of money. You know, I think when you're making millions of dollars a year, and then you might suffer from a concussion, or like after your career is over, you got to deal with like concussion issues. I think, you know, you sign that permission slip, and, you know, that can happen. I mean, you look at boxers, look at guys, race car drivers, you know, it's always a danger in, you know, playing sports. So you just got to be honest, deal with it.
Okay, and then another thing with youth sports today, a lot of coaches now are starting to almost say that it's not right what kids are being taught when they're young. I don't know if you saw or not, the Louisville basketball coach, Jeff Waltz, his name, he's the girls' basketball coach. The video went viral. He snapped on his team after a game saying that it's participation trophies when they're younger, when they come 5th and 6th place. I mean, what's your stance on that? Do you think it's okay to, you know, let kids, when they come in, if they don't come in first, to, you know, let them celebrate?
You know, I'm kind of old school guy. I like coaches like Bobby Knight. You know, as a player, you appreciate a coach that's really hard-nosed and get on you when you're wrong, because, you know, years later, when you look back on it, you say, you know, he was right. He was like a dad or something like that. I think coaches now is really getting soft on the players, and the players are becoming soft. So I think really being hard on players is a little bit better in the long run, because the player would appreciate it years later when he look back on it.
Okay, and then Major, I know you said the last time that you were here that when you were growing up, you know, you learned how to play football when you were on the streets. Then you got into playing organized sports, and your coach is the one that taught you discipline. I mean, how did you manage that?
Well, you kind of see it clearly. You know, when I was playing like just sandlot ball, really we was just out there having fun. But now you get a coach, and the discipline part, it made my game a lot easier to play, because now I ain't just out there running around wild. And that's what I mean as far as a hard-nosed coach being on you. I can appreciate a good coach now that I'm older and look back on it, because in a sense it gave me standards and guidelines to follow to make me a better player.
Okay, and then I know a lot of players today, not all of them, but there are a lot of players you see in the NFL. They have it all. They have fame, everything, and they just can't keep that discipline. So what is your advice to kids today as they're growing up?
Well, it goes back to, you got to have coaches that get on you. See, nowadays it's like if you discipline a kid as a coach, you can get fired. So the kids know that it's just like parents that have kids. If you might smack them on the butt one time, you might get in trouble for it. I think kids need a little bit of discipline, because without it, they just out here running wild.
All right, you heard it right here. Discipline, a big thing in football, and I'm sure you guys, with your camp that you're running all summer long, I'm sure it won't be all discipline. There'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. But here we are, Major Harris in the studio right now. We'll be seeing him several times throughout the summer, and we'll be here with more segments here on SSPTV.
Thank you, John. The next Lamont White football camp will be held on July 3rd for players ages 10 to 17. The cost is $25 per player. For more information, call the YWCA at 570-455-2046. Well, I hope everyone is having fun on this Memorial Day, but you aren't really having a party until Ron Marchetti shows up, and here he is with Trivia Treats.
Happy May 3rd, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats. Hope you are having a very nice holiday wherever you are. Just 6 years ago, in 2011, on this day, was the 100th anniversary of the first Indianapolis 500. England's Dan Wheldon won the race after American J.R. Hildebrand crashed on the last lap. Hildebrand's victory seemed certain, but he came into the front stretch high to avoid a slower car and collided with the wall. Without steering and on 3 wheels, Hildebrand skid toward the finish line. Wheldon passed him in the final 1,000 feet for the win. Hildebrand continued to skid and crossed the finish line for second place. It was Wheldon's second Indy 500 win, but 4.5 months later, tragically, Wheldon would perish in a crash at the Las Vegas Speedway at the age of 33. That was a tragic trivia. But this next one is probably the dumbest of all time. And I remember this one vaguely when I was a kid, a very small kid. This is Charlie Lupica, a Cleveland Indian fan who had to have some brain damage. On this day, in 1949, this Cleveland store owner climbed onto a 4-by-6-foot platform built at the top of a 16-foot flagpole on the roof of his 49-foot high grocery store. He vowed not to come down until the Indians reached first place. After winning the 1948 World Series, the club was 7 games out of first place. A tent-like canvas protected Lupica from the elements, and his perch included toilet facilities, a television, and a radio. His meals were sent up to him by his wife, who also gave birth to a son while he was up there. The Indians did not reach first place in 1949. In a stunt arranged by Indians owner Bill Veek Jr., on September 25th, Lupica's flagpole and platform were transported by truck to Municipal Stadium and carted to home plate prior to an Indian game. Once there, after 107 days, he descends from his perch to greet his wife and 4 children and was showered with gifts. One of them, a new Pontiac. Mother of God. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Always learn something new from Ron Marchetti. Thank you very much, sir. Well, please remember to take some time today and remember those who gave their lives for our freedom here in the United States. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.